Hello and welcome back to Moonlit Journal. Future me here because I forgot to film an intro, but in this video I'll be bringing you along with me for a couple of days at my desk and just sharing what I get up to here, opening some happy mail, spending some time in my journals, doing some ink swatches, so an overall very cozy time. And I recommend grabbing a warm drink or bringing out your journal so I can keep you company. And with that, let's take it back to last Friday. I just picked up my mail and the first one is from Allison from Little Coco Studio, and I am a big fan of Allison. I absolutely love her channel. I love her content. Without fail, every video of hers that I watch instantly makes me feel calm and relaxed and like I'm sitting down with a friend in real life. And so I really appreciate Allison, and I've always loved her content. It is extremely surreal and very, very special to be receiving a letter from her. She is just amazing. She basically sent letters to her subscribers in February. I think she sent them out to like 35 different subscribers. I admire how much she appreciates her community and wants to genuinely connect with all of us. And she's just such a kind, warm-hearted person. So I just thought this was so cool that she was sending out letters to her subscribers, and I jumped at the chance. This is so beautiful. She wrote me a note on this postcard, and I just think it's gorgeous. Okay, and then what is in here? Let's see. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I don't have any friends in real life who share the same hobby as me. So it's very rare that I receive stationery items, and yeah, this just makes me so happy. I can't even express in words. I know that might be a little silly to some of you, but I'm going to embrace the joy that this is bringing me, and thank you so much, Allison. Clearly, this has made me very, very happy. Wow. Okay, so there's some ephemera. I love it. So beautiful. Some PET tape. Oh my gosh. I've never had PET tape before, actually. I've always wanted to try it, but I wanted samples. I didn't want to buy like a full roll. So this is perfect. I love it. Beautiful. And then there's some washi samples here, which are also gorgeous. Traveler's Factory. Ooh, nice. I don't have any of these tapes, so I'm really excited to have these. And how cute is this? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Allison. If you're watching, this truly made my day. It made my whole week. I'm really, really excited to be getting these. And honestly, more than anything, thank you for your heartfelt letter. Yeah, I appreciate you very, very much. So that is the first package. Okay, next I placed an order from Kiki Studio on Etsy, which I've spoken about her shop in my stationery favorites video. And I think I've shown her stickers a few times on my channel, but I absolutely love her stickers. And I saw on Instagram that she was moving. She's moving to Korea. She was based in the UK and is now moving to South Korea, which is so exciting. But she mentioned that she would be moving her shop and that everything would be on sale for the time being. And I wasn't sure if she'd be reopening her shop when she moved, so that kind of freaked me out. So I just panic bought a bunch of her stickers so that I have them in stock just in case she doesn't end up opening her shop again. And I knew I wanted to include these possibly in like Happy Mail to friends. So yeah, I just kind of restocked on my Kiki Studio stickers, and then I bought a couple of new ones as well that I hadn't bought before. Okay, and just the little stickers are so cute. I'm gonna save those. So this one, I don't know if I ordered this one. This is so cute. I'm pretty sure I didn't order this, but I'm so happy to have it. It's adorable. I love it. Wow, that's really, really cute. Okay, and then let's open the sticker sheets. Oh my gosh, so many freebies. I love this one. Wow. Okay. And then I got two of these Autumn Mood sticker sheets because I really like this one. There's a lot of stickers in here that I love. I think this one's my favorite with the hoodie. And then I got these, Home Sweet Home. I love the Nintendo Switch. I love a lot of the stickers on this sheet. It's very relatable. There's a little guy reading, doing a face mask, eating ramen, laying on the couch. I love it. And then I got this Korean convenience store one. I got this kawaii food, which is so cute. I love the little taiyaki bear here. And I got this sugar sheet, which just has a bunch of different sweets. So cute. I have not been feeling super great today. I'm having a pretty bad migraine, and I'm just feeling kind of mentally low, not in the best mood. But I thought I could sit down with my journal today and write about some positive memories from the past few days, and hopefully that can help cheer me up a little bit. I recently went to a concert by Tyler, the Creator, who is one of my favorite artists of all time. I've always loved his work and his music, but he is on his Chromacopia world tour right now, and I'm so fortunate that I got to go see him perform live in Los Angeles. That was definitely a highlight of the year for me, honestly. I know we're early into 2025, but I just had the best time at the concert. And the last time I went to a concert was before COVID, so it had been quite a few years. And I used to love going to concerts, despite how introverted I am and how averse to crowds and loud noises. You would think I would despise concerts, but if it's an artist that I genuinely love, I get so much joy out of seeing them perform live and seeing the passion that they exude when they're performing. And I just love seeing people do what they love. It makes me really, really happy. And music is something that has always meant a lot to me. So yeah, I used to love going to concerts when I was in college and my early 20s. And I was a little nervous before this one that maybe I might have changed in the past few years. And I was nervous that I wouldn't enjoy myself and I might find it a little overwhelming. But it was really cool to see how quickly I fell back into the joy and the excitement that I've always felt seeing my favorite artists. So yeah, that was a really special experience to see Tyler, the Creator. He is an incredible performer. I just admire him so much. And it was really nice because it kind of coincided with mine and my partner's anniversary. So the concert was on the 20th of February and our anniversary is on the 21st. So it was really cool to be able to go to the concert together and with our friends. And luckily we both love Tyler, the Creator. So it was really nice to just experience that together and just have fun. And so the next day on the 21st, we had a really nice anniversary dinner at one of our favorite restaurants here in LA. Something else that brings me a lot of joy and that I'm sure brings most people a lot of joy is really good food. I would consider myself a foodie for sure, and so I'm kind of spoiled for choice here in LA. There's some really, really amazing restaurants throughout the city. We really enjoyed our anniversary dinner, and that is what I am journaling about here. Reflecting on these two experiences definitely helped put me in better spirits, and I'm pretty happy with how this spread turned out. It is the start of a new week, and I haven't filled out my weekly spread in my health tracker just yet. I've been using this Hobonichi Weeks in the beautiful wallpaper design for my health and wellness tracking, and I've been pretty consistent with it every single day. So I'm really happy about that. In fact, just this morning I had a doctor's appointment and I found that all of the information that I've been documenting in here has been incredibly helpful to help summarize the symptoms that I experience and how often I experience certain things, and basically to track patterns in my health. So this has been a really functional tool for me. That being said, it's not always the most fun to fill out. In fact, it can be quite tedious to go into my weeks every single day and write about how my health is doing. Sometimes it can make me feel quite down because there are certain things that I experience really regularly, and it kind of sucks to see that, repeated day after day. But I continue to do it because it has proven to be extremely beneficial to me and extremely functional. And I would rather track the information, even if it's negative, than completely lose it and not document it at all. I incorporated this planner into my system so that I can get back a sense of control over my health and be more mindful and attentive about it. So one way that I bring some joy back into the practice of using this journal is by decorating it and making my weekly spreads a little bit colorful and a little bit fun. So this week I added an image that says tomorrow will be better, and if it's not, I will say it again. And it shows a little guy resting in bed. And I felt like that represented how I'm feeling today. I was feeling extremely tired and burnt out, and I was having a migraine and not in the best mood. But this little image is a nice reminder that it's okay to rest, it's okay to not always feel 100%, and that nothing lasts forever. Every feeling is temporary, and tomorrow will be better. And if it's not, I will say it again. I started with that image and kind of built around it using some stickers. I used a lot of the PET tape samples that Allison from Little Coco Studio sent me. And then I just added in my trackers. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it's really cute, and it's definitely going to add just a tiny bit of joy when I open this planner every single day. I have my ink journal here, and I also brought out the 5 samples that I bought when I purchased my TWSBI Eco. And at the time, I didn't make any ink swatches because I don't have a dip pen and I don't have the materials for swatching inks because I'm so new to the fountain pen world. But I really want to play with these inks. I really want to see what they look like in person. So I thought me not having a dip pen shouldn't stop me from playing with these inks. And I'm sure I can figure out a way to still swatch these. So let's see. We're gonna play around with these inks today. I'm gonna open up to a blank page and let's just clip this down. Cool. And how I plan to swatch these, I thought maybe I could use the back of my X-Acto knife and just dip this in the ink and kind of create a nice circle for each. I just wanted to play around with the inks and see if that would work. But I do plan on eventually purchasing a dip pen so that I can properly swatch any ink samples that I accumulate over time, because like I mentioned in my previous video, this is going to be like a dedicated swatch journal for right now. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to document the inks that I pick up over time. So I will invest in tools that help me better swatch my inks, but for now, let's just test this out. Okay, the first one here is Robert Oster's Cafe Crema. And let's see what this looks like. I'm just gonna dip right in here. That actually worked really well, I think. And then I have my cup of water to kind of wash it off after every sample. And nice, it didn't bleed through at all. I put a pretty generous amount of ink on there. And this is a Good Impressions insert. I believe it's 68 GSM paper. Tomoe River paper, so it's really, really nice quality, and it's like made to withstand fountain pen ink. Okay, we'll let that dry as I swatch more. Next we have Ferris Wheel Press Moss Park Green. I'm really curious what this one's gonna look like. I think it's a gorgeous green color. Oh, I did not get enough there. Oh, that might have been too much. And what I'm planning to do is just leave this right side blank for now. And when I do finally get a dip pen, I can fill these out with the right ink names. Okay, next we have Pilot Iroshizuku Kirisame, which I've already used in my eco and in my journal. And I love this ink. I think it's so gorgeous. I just didn't particularly like long form journaling with it because it showed up quite pale. But I do think it's a gorgeous color. It's like a purpley gray. It's really, really beautiful. And I did enjoy writing with this one because it's really wet and it just flowed really easily and really smoothly. So the writing experience was really nice. It's just the tone was a little pale for my liking. Okay. Next we have Monteverde Moonstone, which I've also used in my eco, and I love this color. I think it's gorgeous. It's a really beautiful cool toned brown that shows up quite rich. I like that it has a lot of depth to it. And it even has kind of an olive undertone to me. That's so interesting. The Kirisame is looking very purple to me here. And actually Moonstone kind of is too. Like it has a purpley undertone to it. Okay, and the last sample I have is Diamine Earl Grey. Ooh. That's beautiful. But it's interesting. It looks like the same amount of depth as Kirisame, which is really interesting because Earl Grey is actually a much darker gray than Kirisame. So let's see how these ones completely dry and we can come back to it in a bit. Okay, I think this has dried. This is so interesting to see because I feel like the bottom three colors here look very similar in tone. They're all three kind of purpley toned grays. And I'm surprised. I think Moonstone is, of course, more of a brown and less so gray. But all three of these have a very clear purple undertone to me. It's interesting to see how similar Kirisame and Earl Grey look in these swatches, because I know they're not that similar in writing. From whatever writing samples I've seen of Earl Grey, it seems like a much deeper gray than Kirisame. And I can just show an example of how Kirisame looks. But yeah, you can kind of see here, like it's pretty pale in writing. And then down here is Monteverde Moonstone, which, yeah, these two look very different to me. Like clearly Moonstone has a lot more depth. It clearly reads as brown in writing versus Kirisame reads as like a light gray. But when you look at them side by side here, which are these two, they don't look that different from one another. I mean, they are clearly different colors, but depth-wise and tone-wise, they look not that far off from each other as they do here. So that's really interesting. I think it goes to show how swatches can sometimes be a bit misleading, I think, and that it's always important to see writing samples as well. And even within that, it can show up so differently between different pens and different nib sizes and different papers. So, but I think that's part of the fun of it. I think that's what makes this hobby so enjoyable, because you really get to experiment with the different inks and pens and figure out the combinations that work for you. And I think it's just a lot of fun to play around with. Okay, other thoughts. I love how Cafe Crema looks here. I think this is a gorgeous tone, and I'm kind of surprised because I'm not one who really gravitates towards more orangey toned things, or like super warm toned colors. I tend to like cool tones a lot more, as you can see here, but this is gorgeous to me. Like, I actually really love how that looks, and I'm excited to ink it up. I might actually do that one next in my eco, because right now it's inked up with Moonstone, but it's almost running out. So part of the reason why I did this is to figure out what I want to ink it up with next. I think I'll go with the Cafe Crema. But I'm actually really curious about Earl Grey too, because I want to see if it writes similarly to Kirisame, given how similar these swatches look, or if it's going to write completely different and look a lot deeper than Kirisame. So I might go with Earl Grey, I don't know. But this was really helpful to just look through the inks that I have and get a better idea about their potential, I guess. Moss Park Green is also gorgeous, by the way. I love this. I love the shading as well. I think that's beautiful. It kind of has a shift to it. Like there is like a reddish tint that I see in it as well, which is surprising. But that's really beautiful. Yeah, I'm excited to test out more inks over time. That was fun to just sit down and play around with these inks, and I'm glad that I was able to make my X-Acto knife work as a swatching tool. And here we are at the end of the week. I just have my journal open to my latest entry here where I wrote about Bad Bunny's latest album, which is called Debí tirar más fotos. And I've really been enjoying this album. I kind of just wrote about what I admire about Bad Bunny and how he is able to be so authentically and genuinely himself. And that's a quality that I appreciate in a lot of artists. And it's a philosophy that I am actively trying to live by as well. So just reflected on that. But yeah, it's been a nice couple of days at my desk, and I know there were parts of this week that were definitely harder for me and where I experienced a lot of mental and physical lows, and you probably saw that in this video, but I think it just goes to show how much I lean on my journals and how much value they add to my life. Each time I was feeling quite low this week, I found that the practice of opening up my journals and writing about positive memories or maybe planning out the week ahead helped provide some comfort and some peace of mind and kind of helped ground me. But I did also want to mention that there are also many times when I'm struggling where I don't want to reach for my journal, and that is totally okay too. And I do have bouts of times where I'm not journaling at all, and that might last for a couple of days, a couple of weeks. But that is completely normal too. And so I think this week I coped by really leaning on my journals and working in here, but that is not always the case. So I just wanted to mention that as well. I think overall it's been a great week, and I'm so happy I was able to share it with you all. I would love to hear in the comments if this style of video is something that you enjoy, and if you would enjoy seeing more days at my desk type videos. And while we're on that, I would also love to hear any ideas you have about videos you'd love to see from me. I would really appreciate that. But that is pretty much everything I wanted to share today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you had a wonderful week. And I hope this was able to give you some company as you went about your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.